Next thing we're going to talk about is the line building technique. There's a technique you use to build these lines. Dave likes to use the Kenny Roberts method of building a line. Kenny started out as a flat tracker. Anybody know what flat tracker is? Do? Dirt track, circle track, no brakes. Just it's pretty crazy. He went from that and raced MotoGP for a few years. He was a pioneer in the idea of riding in control. He raced for 6 years, 78 to 83, and was MotoGP world champion 3 times. During the 6 years he competed, Kenny fell only once. An astonishing statistic when you consider he competed at the pinnacle of motorcycle competition. You watch the guys today and it seems like, Rossi and Lorenzo went down first corner at the last race. So it seems like those guys are going down all the time. Kenny Roberts used a technique that there's really no reason why anybody should crash. There's people who say there are those riders who have been down and those who are going to go down. There's no reason whatsoever why you should crash. So remember that when you're out there, get that statement out of your mind. There's no reason why anybody should go down. Kenny Roberts says in his book, learn to visualize a plan for each corner. If you cannot visualize the corner in your mind and see the exit when you're going in, you will be making it up as you go around, and there's no way that you can compensate fast enough to make a good job of it. So if you do not have a plan when you enter a corner, like you said, you're going to be making it up as you go. Your brain can't process it that fast. You have to have a plan before you enter that corner. The plan is where you're going to brake at, where you're going to turn in at, where's the clip point at, and where's your exit point at. So remember that on each section of the track that there are 4 points to a corner, and we're going to go over those 4 points now. On the streets and the track, where do most accidents occur? Corner entry speed. Dave gave that one away. So, like you said, 85% of the wrecks happen with too much corner entry speed. Your corner entry speed may be different than someone else's corner entry speed. So remember that if you're following someone out there and your experience may not be good enough to keep the same corner entry speed as that rider in front of you. It's important that when you're out there that you ride your ride. Don't ride someone else's ride. Don't get out there and start riding over your head trying to keep up with someone. When that starts happening, there's runoffs, crashes, bad things happen. So remember that when you're out there. Corner entry speed for your level and experience will ensure you maintain the proper and safest line through a corner. If you come into a corner too hot, you're going to blow your turn-in point, your clip point, and probably your exit point. You're going to be adjusting your line through the entire corner, and the result of that is you lose your drive coming out of the corner. So you want to make sure that you adjust your speed, scrub off enough speed before you enter that corner that you can hit each point. Kenny Roberts says slow in, fast out. So remember that out there. The important part of cornering is your drive out. You cannot get a good drive if you miss those points. So make sure you scrub enough speed off that you are comfortable entering that corner. There are 4 steps for safer and more efficient lines. Exit line, clip point, turn-in point, and braking point. It's kind of weird we have exit line or exit point last or first, isn't it? What you do in a corner is you build it back. You want to plan before you enter that corner where you want to be when you leave it. If you're working yourself forward with braking and then turn-in point and clip point and exit point, you're making it up as you go. Know where you want to be when you exit that corner will allow you to hit those 3 prior points. So it's important that you concentrate on that exit point before entering a corner. What is the exit point? The exit point is a point where you can see out of the corner where you can stand the bike up and apply throttle. You want to find the earliest exit line. The earliest exit line is after the clip point where you can see your exit point and allows you to get on the throttle. The earliest exit line. The sooner you can get on the throttle, the better drive you're going to get coming out of that corner. And the earliest exit line allows maximum safe drive out of a corner. If you're still in full lean and you grab a handful of throttle, that back end's going to kick out, and what movie are you going to see?
Sky ground movie.
Sky ground movie. High side, sky ground, sky ground, sky ground. So remember that when you're applying throttle coming out of a corner, you want to make sure you've got your exit point in sight and the bike is at a lean angle where you can steadily apply the throttle. The more you, or the closer you get to your exit point, the more throttle you can apply. Once you hit your exit point, the bike should be standing straight up, and that's when you open it up. Any questions on that? Next, we're going to talk about throttle, the exit line control. At start of the exit line, start with a slow roll-on. When you see your exit point, you don't want to grab a handful of throttle, because you'll see that movie. The roll-on and throttle should be gradual. A slow roll of the throttle. Slowly apply it. As lean decreases, increase the rate of throttle roll-on. And what that's going to do is it's going to push the bike out where you can hit your exit point. You don't steer the bike out there, the throttle carries you out there. So remember that when you're out there. If you're having trouble hitting your exit point, maybe get a little bit more throttle coming out of the apex and you can hit your exit point. Not a lot of it, especially today's a good day to practice braking and throttle control. So you'll come out of here a better rider with the conditions today. And again, wait for significant roll on until the bike is upright. Really, your RPM should be set when you're coming out of a corner, that you do not shift until you're out of it. There are some corners at certain tracks where it's a long sweeper where you may have to shift. If you can do it and you feel you can do it safely, do it. It has to be quick, because you grab clutch and roll off the throttle, what's the bike going to do?
Upsets the suspension.
Upsets the suspension and causes it to turn more. So if you feel like you can get the shift done, go ahead and get it done, but get it done quickly. Like on a 600, you want to keep it really high, like 10,000 RPM or higher, so you're in that power band, so when you hit your exit point, you're in your power and you're not bogging coming out of a corner. A 1000, there's so much torque down low that you can get in those lower RPMs and still get a good drive coming out of a corner. But today you really want to watch that. You know, maybe stay in a lower RPM. Work what's good for you, what's comfortable for you. Each bike is different. A V-twin has a lot of torque, and it really doesn't matter where you are in RPM band. That torque is there. So each bike is different. You have to find out what works best for you. If you have any questions about it, get with an instructor. We'll answer your questions as best we can.